Football Dad's Army. So, according to Fabrizio Romano, Benjamin Sesko is staying put at RB Leipzig. So, Arsenal are going to have to look for another striker. We don't know who that's going to be yet. So, let's just move on from that for a minute, because I've just seen as well that Arsenal were interested again in Douglas Luiz. I do remember back in, I think it was about 18 months ago, Arsenal made 3 bids. Made 3 bids for Douglas Luiz, each one of them rejected by Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa have done really well this season. Douglas Luiz has been a good player this season. 9 goals, 5 assists, brilliant pass rate of 89% accuracy. Ball recoveries, average is 5.1. I think it says on there, 5.1 ball recoveries per game on average. That's excellent for a number 6 or a number 8, but he can play both positions. I think he'd be a perfect partner for Declan Rice. Declan Rice can also play both positions in that midfield, the 6 or the 8, and they could complement each other pretty well. Is he the outstanding superstar buy that we want to see at Arsenal? Maybe not quite, but I mean, listen, he's done so well in a once mediocre team before Emery took over, and he's elevated Aston Villa to new heights along with Ollie Watkins and John McGinn, players like that. But Douglas Luiz is a very solid player. I do rate him, but I mean, I'm not so sure about this one. I'm not so sure if we should go back over old ground. We know that he was at Man City. Man City bought him from Brazil back in 2017. He went on loan a couple of seasons to Girona, which then, when he come back to Man City in 2019, Aston Villa bought him for around 25 million, I believe. And that was the price that Arsenal was trying to sign him for 18 months ago. But that was the last bid. The last bid was around 25 million, and it's got knocked out of the park. He's worth about, I'm looking on Sofa Scores, and they're saying he's worth, what was it? Well, it says 63.8 million on there. But I think Arsenal could probably get him for around the 50 million pound price fee, because of, there's a little bit of FFP involved, and I think Aston Villa slightly breaching it somewhere along the line. I've heard these rumours that they might be in trouble with FFP, profit and sustainability, whatever one it is. I'm not sure these days, but they might have to sell, and I don't think they'll be looking to sell Ollie Watkins anytime soon. I mean, I know he's recently signed a new contract. Last season, I believe he signed a new contract, and I think he wants to stay there, although he is an Arsenal fan, we know that. But I really don't think that they're going to look to sell Ollie Watkins, so they might look down the pecking order a little bit, might look down further down the field where they've got more, but they've got quite a few midfielders there, but Aston Villa, and I think that they'll be looking, maybe, if they had a choice, I think they will choose to offload Douglas Luiz. Now, I think there'd be a few teams interested in him. I believe Manchester United are possibly interested in him as well. Maybe Chelsea. There's all whispers going around. I know there's nothing concrete at the moment, but you know how it is, and it's the close season. We've got the Euros coming up. The transfer window don't open until Friday. But, I mean, some teams like to get their business done early before like certain tournaments. Like, Jose Mourinho was a master at getting his business done early, weren't he? But there's also the risk of players going to the Euros and maybe picking up an injury. So if you sign a player before the Euros, you could get an injured player coming back from there. So you don't know for sure if it's a good thing to sign early or to wait until after the tournament. But if you wait longer, other clubs could be circling around. I mean, it could be a circus. It could be a bit of a merry-go-round. Could be a bidding war. So you've got to be smart. You've got to be shrewd. However, Douglas Luiz is Brazilian, so he won't be going to no Euros this summer. So that's a plus point. So maybe we could leave it a little while. We could sign him. Would I be happy with Douglas Luiz? Yeah, I probably would be happy with him. Thomas Partey's probably going to leave. Hopefully he stays. but I don't think he's going to stay. I think he's going to want to move on. He'll probably go to Saudi Arabia. I think Barcelona as well was interested in Thomas Partey. So, I mean, it is a possibility that he's going to move on. I don't think he's going to be offered a new contract because he's got a year left, and they've already offered Jorginho a new 1-year deal. When they're doing that, why didn't they offer Thomas Partey one? So they might be resigned to the fact that Thomas Partey is probably going to be leaving. So there's loads of links, Zubimendi and Frankie De Jong and players like that. I'm not so sure that we can get players. It's very difficult to believe this. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'd love to know what everybody else out there thinks. Do you think that we can get a player like Zubimendi? Can we get a Frankie De Jong? Frankie De Jong's happy in Barcelona. You know, there's other players that I've seen cited. I mean, I've mentioned them before, but is there any point in mentioning them? Because it's just saying names for the sake of it. But this is supposed to be quite a solid link. But also, Douglas Luiz has also come out and said he's happy at the moment at Villa. Champions League football, you know what I mean? He's instrumental in that team. He's going to start every week. Will he start every week at Arsenal? Quite possibly. Being that partner with Declan Rice and Odegaard in the midfield there. Jorginho being the backup, being the new Mohamed El Neni, it seems. Yeah, so I think for the cheaper option, it is Douglas Luiz, and then we can spend more money on a striker. Is an out-and-out number 9 is something that we desperately need. Victor Osimhen has apparently been linked over the last couple of days. Listen, he never had a great season last year, but the season before, everybody wanted him. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. So we go for it. Don't know. Will Napoli sell him? He's happy in Napoli apparently as well. So there is that. There's the factor that these players are happy playing for the clubs they're playing. And, you know, you try and circle around and you try and turn their heads to come to a new club and a new project and a new league. Does it always work out? It doesn't always work out, does it? So anyway, I believe we should go for a Premier League ready player. I would love to go for Ollie Watkins. Sorry, Villa fans. I know this video is supposed to be about Douglas Luiz, but I want Ollie Watkins. I do. Out of every striker that we've been linked with, we haven't been linked with Ollie Watkins. I haven't seen any solid links to him, but that's the player that I would go for. That is the player that I would go for. Definitely, 1,000,000%. Isaac, I wouldn't go for him. Ollie Watkins, I'll break the bank to get him. I'll pay the 100 million for him. Alvarez from City, apparently he's being linked to Man United, but Arsenal could scupper the deal. I know it's all Niags. I think it's all bullshit. But let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm doing a live show tonight with Scott. Hopefully, a couple of others will come on the channel, and hope to see you there. So, you can like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon.